I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple racks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap in a snapback. Black off this coke and this jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up, that's the demand, yup. Welcome to the brand, bruh, no I'm not cautious. I take risks, and no you can't stop this. I'm too slick, she knows that she wants it. So come quick, baby, know that I'm on it. I don't quit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple racks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap in a snapback. Black off this coke and this jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up, that's the demand, yup. Welcome to the brand, bruh, no I'm not cautious. I take risks, and no you can't stop this. I'm too slick, she knows that she wants it. So come quick, baby, know that I'm on it. I don't quit. quit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
I keep it going, I'm rolling and flowing, I'm coasting, I got them all trolling me right. I just keep growing and showing them, knowing I'm owning this flow, you can catch me outside. Gonna get them all with a little payback. Never gonna fall, I'ma stay on the attack. Put them up against the wall as I finish every track. Never gonna stall, no, I'm never gonna slack. I've been like working and learning and searching for something to push my shit over the edge. I'ma keep burning and turning the profit, you know I can't stop it until I am dead. Gonna be unstoppable and profitable, cause I got a constant flow of knowledge, yo. If you got a problem, bro, take 'em off the throw. Coming to the top, I go, yeah, promise, go.
Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sippin' whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Yeah. Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sippin' whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I'ma put that ass to sleep. Yeah.
You can't stop this, I promise. Got electronic with a little rock shit. Rap on top of it, you can't even process it. I'ma keep dropping it till the chart's stopping it. Oh, I got the beats and I got the rhymes to make your girl cheat. I'm switching a dime, get up on your feet. If you wanna climb and take it from me, I got nothing to hide. I get it, cause I want it. Always on it, and I'm on it. Now I got it, got my shot.
Enough! This is Philness. I'm done with this stuff. I'm done with this after news and all this crap. I got my own intro music. It's Philness time. I took over the stream because this is my week. This is my week. This is the Xbox Bethesda Showcase week. This is my hype. Did you see me with Xbox Fan Fest? Oh yeah, I was with the fans, because that's all they care about is me. I was signing autographs. Where's my intro music? Where's my intro music? Here it is.
Let me see you jump
Oh
to get
yeah.
up, booty. Let me see you jump to get up, booty. Let me see you jump to get up, booty. Let me see you jump to
It's
get
my
up,
week.
booty. Let me
Yeah.
see you jump to get up, booty. Let me see you jump to get up, booty.
Okay, now jump.
Now jump.
Damn, I love that song. I'm playing that again because that's quality. That's quality. You grinders have no clue what quality is. This is quality. Quality music, quality production. I'm gonna play it again because you just don't understand quality. You didn't even hit that like button to 20 and my ass is on here. This is quality content right here. Here it is. Play my song. I want my intro. Give me my intro. Philness. Oh yeah, where is it? Oh,
Let me see you jump to get up, booty. Let me see you jump to
it's
get
my
up.
soundboard now.
Let me see you jump
Oh
to get
yeah,
up,
it's
booty.
banging this shit.
Let me see you jump to get up, booty.
I'll do that.
Let me see you jump to get up, booty. Let me see you jump to get up, booty. Now jump.
Yeah, Philness in the house.
A few moments later.
Get the hell off of my stream, Philness! Holy crap. I had to spray his ass with quality, man. He don't like quality. He leaves. It's like, a bug spray. You spray some quality, Philness goes right out the door. Look at this. What the hell did he do to my desktop? Why is booty on my screen? What the hell was he doing? Grinders, what the hell was going on here? Goddamn. Philness tried to take over my stream. I sprayed him with the fragrance of quality and had to chase him away. Holy crap. Get this booty ass up. Booty, get your shit off my screen. Those chapped ass cheeks. Those chapped ass cheeks off my screen. God damn booty. Clapping that ass on my screen. The hell's going on here? What is going on? What did they do here? Philness and booty taking over my stream. Jesus. I know I was going to go late tonight. My goodness. There we go. Didn't even do my proper introduction. Goodness. Philness, man. Whew. But anyway. I'm glad I could be here tonight. Had to chase that son of a bitch away. Hope he don't come back. But I had to be here tonight because there's things been grinding my gears. And then been watching the Twitterverse roll around and the fallout, pun intended, I guess, of the Xbox Bethesda showcase. What's up, Neil? Link? DJ, how you doing? Advocate, yeah, boy. Josh Ayers, Mass Produce, Game Night, Wolf Dawn, check Dave Rock. Guys doing? How's everybody doing? The guys and girls out there, hit that like button, share it out. This is an impromptu stream, so not all the grinders are awake right now. Not all the grinders know that I'm live if you don't hit that notification button. But I definitely have to give a big shout out to the VIP grinders. I always have to. Chilling in the club right here. I want to thank everybody for contributing to the channel and supporting the Grindhouse. And using those amazing emojis that we have in the chat, I think there's gonna be some new ones coming up because I think some things are coming about that I think we need some new ones for the emojis. But thank you everybody for the VIP grinders and your contributions to the channel. And we're in here partying with Herman Holtz and the Quality Splits. What's up, Game Echo? How you doing? And Phil Ness in his fridge could stay the hell out there. God damn it, quality. So it's such a simple concept, right? That just seems that this $1 trillion company just don't get it. Don't get it. And I think it's time to just, we got to call. It is what it is. Everything that was said was discussed on this channel by myself, by Frogs, by all our guests, even by the Grindhouse. The Grind is in the chat. Everything that we are concerned with is coming true. And people are okay with it. Why's up? We'll got some stuff to talk about. So let's go to, I don't even know where to begin. I just know that I was seeing some things and I was like, let me do a poll. And you guys, over 80 people voted. 97% said, do a show, Grinds. God damn, do a show. I was like, okay, yes, I will do one. Three-peat. The three-peat tonight. We'll be chilling after dark, so we don't know what's going to happen. All right? What's up, 3 Mile Island? Oh, nice use of the emojis right there. Yeah, you got it. Phil Ness and Booster. Jesus. Man. And if this week isn't evident that Phil Ness is friggin' real, yes. If it's not evident that this stuff is there is some whacked ass shit going down. And I think that I don't even know. I don't know if it's disrespect for gamers. I don't know if it's just incompetence. I don't know if it's just that they just don't care. And they don't know, or they don't know how to make games. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight and piggyback off of some of the things that I've seen over the internet, but also things that I've shown here on here, is that what's interesting is let's look at the studios under Microsoft since they purchased them. Right? So let's just start with this whole web buying studios in 2018, right? Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory was coming off Hellblade. Then they're working on another game. The B team, the C team, the D team. Oh shit, D team. They were all working on games. What did they release after the trailing of Hellblade? Goddamn Bleeding Ass. To be politically correct, Bleeding Edge. Okay? A passion project presented on your E3 stage. What happened? Service game, it's everywhere. Hero shooter, added 2 characters, and shut it down before a year is up. We're done with content. No updates, nothing. Played a few games of it, slow as hell. Game didn't have enough maps. The content was dry. It was slow. They never took the feedback or do anything, and they said, we're done with it. They killed it. The game was everywhere. PC, Xbox, more people play our games. Rub some nipples. Yeah. Done. Ninja Theory. Getting awards for Hellblade. A passion project comes out, and it's trash. Bottom of the barrel. Back to Ninja Theory. Hellblade 2, 2019 at the Game Awards, was revealed with the Series X. This game was revealed with the Series X in 2019 on stage at the Game Awards. And it was shown again at the Game Awards. Okay, where is it? Not even mentioned. Now let's look at Obsidian. Oh, and Project Mara. Some scans of a hotel room horror tech demo type thing. That's not even a game. That's going to be some sort of it's not even a game. Some experiment. It's not no game. You could try it out, test out, maybe surround sound and stuff. It's like one of those friggin' Dolby Atmos tests, I'm sure. Some sort of like one single room horror. It would be great for a virtual reality experience, but Microsoft don't have virtual reality, so forget about it then. Hit that like button as you're coming in, grinders. Late night game grinds after dark. I have as a gaming bite. What the hell's going on here? Whatever. You know what? I think we're changing this. We're going old school. Yes. I'm changing it. We're going OG grinds my gears. God damn it. Hit the sirens. I'm going background to this. This is not a gaming bite. This is a grinds my gears. That's what this is. After dark, damn it. So now let's do Obsidian. Oh, they make great. They can't quit. They make incredible games. Do they? Let's see. Outer Worlds, incredible. Well, guess what? Microsoft didn't publish Outer Worlds. No, they didn't. Microsoft bought them, and they just put it in the service. And this goes to my point with a lot of these studio games that Microsoft said, and like I said about Phil and friends with before. If they had such interest in Outer Worlds and wanted such a situation here to bring games to the platform, as Phil says, I love this new one.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
they don't play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
the best games, oh man, Phil's gonna get that the Philness. You better stay away, because I play these clips. You go away. That's like garlic to a vampire. You said that.
Whatever your name is, get ready
Chuck
for the
over
big
Red.
surprise.
Welcome to the Grindhouse. So. Games don't play the resolution. They don't play the studios. So Obsidian, if you thought that Obsidian game was that great, like where were you to publish this, to put this on your platform? Somebody else did. And then you just bought them and put it in your Game Pass. Well, then Obsidian is owned by Microsoft. So let's see. Outer Worlds, well, that's not Microsoft. They just decided to put it in Game Pass, right? So let's see. What has Obsidian done under Microsoft? Grounded in beta for 2 years. You tell us the story and we'll give you the story. And Pentiment, which if you saw my stream, the last stream, you saw what Pentiment was. Pentiment, Obsidian makes incredible story games. They make incredible games. They're working on so many projects right now. Pentiment. Do you need a refresher? Because this is the second game under Microsoft that they made. Is this what you're expecting when it says Microsoft bought Obsidian? Pentiment. You know, this game that everybody was going wild for. Obsidian's second game under Xbox and Microsoft money. Tom Sawyer's, Drew Sawyer's, whatever the hell it is. This. And you want to know what else is amazing, Grinders? Just like Bleeding Edge, this was at your E3 quote-unquote showcase. This took center stage. What about Avowed? What about Outer Worlds 2? Exactly. Where were they at the stage? We will show this from Obsidian. A narrative adventure most really. From Obsidian Entertainment. We have this and we got Grounded under the Microsoft helm. We have Bleeding Edge from Ninja Theory. Passion projects, so they say. Well, I got another word for some passion.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty.
Passion.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Now drop.
Passion. There it is. Got games. That was shown. Do we see a motif here? Before the acquisition, they released decent game. Hellblade and Outer Worlds. After the acquisition, passion is the excuse. Diversity in our lineup. Diverse lineup we have. A diverse lineup. Is that what we call all these things that you shown at this showcase? It looks like a lot of stuff that people really don't care about. Where, don't you believe, like, diverse lineup would, like, attract more people? So why is the sentiment that this showcase was boring as hell? This showcase didn't demonstrate the games that you wanted. You know? You saw the showcase. I've done the shows of the reaction. I've shown the showcase. You've seen what was shown during this showcase. They chose to show this stuff. They chose to show you these games, world premieres, and all the other mumbo jumbo to go with it. They said this takes center stage. This takes center stage. This game. Gunfire Reborn coming. That takes games. You play it day one. They said this game, Scorn, should be on the stage. Because you got to remember this, Grinders. You got to remember this. Microsoft still believes in E3. Right? That's the reason why they don't say anything and it's wait till next year. They didn't have a showcase in January, February, March, April, May. They didn't have a gaming update on any of their games. All we heard is that Perfect Help is needed. All we heard is like, Everwild's getting rebooted again. From Inside is another horse shit. All we hear is the problems of the mutiny over at the initiative. I want to make a big game. I want to make a little game. Well, we're out. Get Crystal Dynamics to help us make Perfect Dark. They make great first-person shooters. No, they don't. Hey, Fable, how you doing? Well, we make racing games, but we're still trying to figure out how to make an open-world fantasy RPG with story elements and you know, that quirkiness that Fable has. And we're doing it with a small team, more with less. It's been trouble. It's been challenging. Everwild, we're still trying to figure out what it is. We showed it in 2019 in London. Avowed, what are you? I don't know. None of this stuff was updated across the year. They build for this moment, this E3 moment. This is their E3. This is Xbox's E3. This is their showcase. They don't do state of plays. They don't do Inside Xbox. They don't do Nintendo Directs. They believe in this one show and fan fest and bringing people there so Phil could sign autographs and kiss babies and hug grandmas. Give them a refresh of that Philness juice so they could go back home and do some bullshit tweets and some YouTube videos of why Phil is so nice. Fuck whatever he shows in gameplay that you're going to come back and play. No. Just that Phil's a nice guy. He had some shit on his lips, but he's a nice guy. And he signed my shirt. Like, what is that? What is that? You play the shirt? You play, like, how, like, I'm not saying hate the people, hate the dude, but, like, how can you not be critical of your thing that you love so much? How is this acceptable? How are you not just like, this sucks? And you want to know what the thing is that on Sunday, a lot of them were saying this sucks. This was not what I wanted. This is not what they were deflated. But then all of a sudden I see over the next couple of days, they start defending again. They start going, I watched it in 4K. Oh, it's great. Excuse me? What? I went back and watched it in 4K. I'm sold on the game now. What? You went back and watched it in 4K? And now all of a sudden it's the show, it's okay? Yeah, exactly. That's the face that I got. What? That's my face. What? Excuse me? What changed? What changed? You flew out to California to see this and grab ass with Greenberg. This is what they got you in. And I know, because if you watch the videos of people before this, they're going to buy Warner Brothers. They're going to get Batman. They're going to get this. Saints Row is a lock. Oh, they got this. And then we're going to see Avowed. Because everybody knew Perfect Dark wasn't going to be there. But they wanted to see Perfect Dark. But then when Jeff Grubb comes out and says Perfect Dark's not going to be there, it's not going to be there. Okay, fine. Now we'll just move on to the next game. Well, Avowed, that's the new hype. I can't wait to see Avowed. Oh, all of a sudden, you can't wait to see Avowed. Avowed was shown a year ago. And I never heard anybody bring it up on shows or anything like that, except when Jez Corden said he saw the game and he was talking about the oozing members and the flowing flora and fauna, some horse shit like that. Why would you show this to the bootleg Jez but not show this to the public? Why would bootleg Jez get to see the assets of Avowed and then get to write an article about the emerging members and floras and mushrooms and it looked so good? Show the goddamn games. Show the goddamn games. This is what grinds my gears so much about this stuff. It's that people with the hopes and dreams and imaginations and, Jeff Sawyer's game and Drew Murray's working on this and, they're working on 4-Up and things of this. But then when it comes showtime, you drop your pants and it's stage fright. Yeah, about that. Hey, you want to take a picture with me? See through the bullshit. And then on top of that, people blame you. They blame you, the gamer, for having false expectations. Oh, you should just know it's shit. Oh, really? Because you didn't say that going into the show on your podcast or on your Twitter. You will like be hyped. They're going to do it this year. Oh, this is the show. And then when it's not the show, it's like, well, you know what? You shouldn't have went in there with those expectations. Really? Let's see what expectations we should have had. Let me see. Let's see, because everybody was like, yo, they're going to show a bunch of indies. They're going to do this. Really? Let's see. I really want to see. Oh, here he is. Let's see.
Things to come to the Xbox Game Showcase.
Oh.
And one of the things that nobody really talks about, but I think Xbox needs to grab, is Monolith's Wonder Woman, that superhero game. Not only the superhero game, but being an Xbox exclusive. I would love to see that. Another thing that I'd like to see that is something that's been whispered and talked about is Fallout making a return, because it's going to be several years before we see Fallout, but maybe Fallout remasters, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, something in Unreal Engine 5 looking fantastic and looking
Fallout
next generation.
Wait a second.
Another thing.
First off, Fallout 3 in Unreal Engine 5. Excuse me? The game is not in Unreal. Like, it uses the creative engine from Bethesda. Like, why would you say Fallout in Unreal? Anyway.
That could be there, but probably won't be. But I think they need to show proof of life for Fable. Fable needs to show something in engine. They may not be ready to show combat, or they may not be ready to show the game to come out in the next year or so, but it's time for proof of life that Fable is looking fantastic from Playground Games. But the one thing that I need to see is the thing I can't tell you about. The one big surprise, that big brand new shocking game, some IP we've never heard of, something they show at the end of the showcase, a brand new game, whole new exclusive for Xbox. That one last thing, I gotta see it.
Punchline.
Gotta see it.
I like how it stops there. Hold on.
Whole new exclusive for Xbox. That one last thing, I gotta see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's not just him. You could go look at all the other podcasts. They all, I want to see this, I want to see that. So hearing all the stuff that he said this needed to happen, and now looking at the showcase, knowing now, like seeing that and knowing now what you saw, man, if that was me saying that I need to see that, and I saw what I saw on that Sunday showcase, I would not have a smile. I would be like, what the? Because it is not even close. It is not even an ounce. And I showed this already, Pentiment, when we're talking about it on the other show. And it's not just him. It's all of them. Everybody. Why wouldn't you want to see all this stuff? Microsoft is the one who presented it to you. Xbox and Phil were the ones who came on stage and talked to you about these games. Why wouldn't you expect that this is the big showcase? They will show their big games. And they didn't. They didn't even mention their big games. They didn't even do a sizzle reel going like, hey guys, Fable, Avowed, yeah, these all worked on. Here's a sizzle reel. They didn't even acknowledge them at this game. Yeah, Phil Spencer. Does he even say it?
Again. We know how important it is to our fans to continue to bring more Japanese franchises to Xbox.
Old Japanese franchises to Xbox, Phil. Good job. How'd you get this deal? Game's 7 goddamn years old. They gave it out friggin' food stamps to your ass. Put this in Game Pass. You want to know what? Why is he getting these games? You think because he's going to Japan and making big deals to do what he said? You think he's going over to Japan?
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios. They don't play the resolution.
Do you think no what's happening is that Game Pass is the blanket, because they know that Persona and this Koi or whatever the hell it's on there, they will not sell on Xbox. And the only way for them to make an Xbox port is probably to put it in Game Pass.
You're my
The
number
only
one
way
customer.
that Yakuza will be, hey, we'll put a port on Xbox, but you got to put it in Game Pass, because this shit's not going to sell. We're not going to make our money back. You pay us, and we'll put it in your Game Pass. That's basically what they're doing. They're paying these developers to put these games in Game Pass because they know they will not sell. And Microsoft wouldn't pay for them to make the game because Microsoft know they won't get their money back. Microsoft's not going to go to Japan and say, hey, I want the Yakuzas on Xbox. Here's a whole bunch of money. Make the game and then bring it back and we're going to watch it sell and we're all going to make money. No, they know that's not going to happen. So what he's going to do is he's going to say, guys, here's some money. Put the game in Game Pass, and this is what we think it would probably sell on here. So they all kind of make it even. They get paid, port it over to Xbox. Phil gets content for Game Pass. That's the reason why these games are not coming to the console without Game Pass in mind. So I guess that's a good with Game Pass, is that it's giving a crutch for these Japanese developers to put something somewhere because they know this game won't sell. Let me get these super chats. Shout out to a Game Night 123. I wouldn't worry about Starfield. Todd has never lied before. I mean, when he said Skyrim had infinite quests, that was a lie. Oh, laughed my ass off. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. We'll go to Starfield. We'll get to Starfield. Oh, yeah. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. And shout out to Legit Chaos. Because, Jez, you've been on fire. Really spot on in sight with your takes. With the 3 C's need their own segment that would kill. Oh, damn. I'm going to listen later. Take care. Thank you, Legit Chaos. Appreciate the support. Thanks for listening. Catch you around the other side. But yes. Game Night 5, he goes, Obsidian. Sure, we haven't released Avowed yet. But here's our new game. Pentarass. Whatever the hell Pentiment is. But my thing is that everybody here, everybody that was on the Twitter and stuff, let you know what they wanted to see. And you know they did not see it. They didn't even see anything close to it. None of the games that they wanted to see, none of the deals
You're
that they
my
wanted
number
to
one
happen,
customer.
none of the Game Pass expectations of big third party for the fall, of getting Saints Row, of getting this. The only biggest thing that came out of this whole thing was Ninja Turtles coming out tomorrow on Game Pass. And Microsoft chose to put that on Keeley's Smuggle and Grape show. That's how clueless they are. This guy is clueless. He has no clue. Why would you have Ninja Turtles? It's a known IP. People are hyped for that game. That is an Xbox showcase show. If you're going to try to have any hype for your platform, why would you give that to Keeley? Remember the story? Oh, they had to cut content this year because it was so packed full of information. You know, they needed time for the Kojima to come out here and
マイクロソフトの最先端クラウドテクノロジーと、市場の変化によって
Oh my God, Kojima, what did you just say?
I do not want to touch his ass. I want to make him talk.
You waited time for Kojima to come out there and say that? Listen, you chose to put this show together. You chose to have Grounded. You chose to have Mr. Heinz Ketchup come out there and do a whole friggin' segment on Fallout 76 DLC and goddamn friggin' Elder Scrolls Online goddamn expansion packs. Here. But you know, you got Ninja Turtles in Game Pass. Dude, that was the biggest get out of this whole goddamn ever Game Pass, because those are the kind of games you need to get. But now we got to do this. The High Idols on Elder Scrolls. Good. It's not coming to anywhere else. It's exclusive DLC. Now the dude.
We celebrate the legacy of this storied franchise.
Really? This game
Bethesda
is
Game Studios
dude,
takes Fallout 76
give it up.
players out of
Give
isolation
it
for
up.
the first time and returns to a beloved location.
Let's
Expeditions
see.
The Pit is coming this September.
31 minutes. Let's see. I could have shown the Ninja Turtles trailer. Wait, he's not done. Oh, and yeah, we got to do recycled DLC. What are we doing here? Real-time footage captured in Unreal Engine. What is this? What could this be? Oh, this is Vin Diesel. Is it? Vin! What do you think about... Oh my God, Vin Diesel's ARC 2023. Vin, what do you think about this game?
I don't play this game.
Oh, shit. What? Vin Diesel, you're in the game. What do you mean?
I don't play this game. I don't play this game. I don't play this game.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
I don't play this game.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years.
I don't play this game.
Jesus, Vin Diesel is off the chains. That's Vin. You're gonna have to work on better promotions for this. I'm sorry, man. That's not gonna go. That's not gonna fly, man. You're not gonna be wandering around saying that stuff. Phil's gonna need you to talk about Game Pass. That's not gonna work. But Ninja Turtles, no, we don't have no time for Ninja Turtles. But we got not time. Wait, we got even better time. You know what other time we got? We had time to talk about on this showcase when we got tons of games to show. Tons of games to show. We got Avowed, Grounded, we got Avowed, we got Everwild. We got look. Excuse me? Introducing helicopters, gliders, and new aircraft? Excuse me? What? 22 minutes. Let's see. What can this be? A new game? Is this Fable? Is this Perfect Dark? Is this Everwild? Is this Gears, the Marcus Phoenix collection? Is this Banjo-Kazooie? Is this Killer Instinct 2? No. Let's take 4 minutes and show a game that's been released 2 fucking years ago. Because some motherfucker thought, let's go put a goddamn helicopter in it.
Enough talk. Into the boat. Into the tunnel. Get to the chopper!
That sounds like more quality sound clips than what the hell they showed in this goddamn thing. This. Look, it's still going. Who put this show together? Who thinks this is what you want to see? He's listening to you. Colt Eastwood just gave you a whole goddamn slew list. Fucking Warner Brothers Wonder Woman, he said. The fuck, I didn't even know that fucking game existed, but he wants Xbox to get it exclusive. Fuck, he's smoking. I don't know. I want to see Obsidian's games. I want to see Perfect Dark. I want to see this. Oh, man. Imagine if they buy some studios to get the hype back. Yeah, they got to buy some studios, everybody. Let them buy Warner Brothers. They got to buy Sega. We've been wishing it that they got to buy Sega for the last 4 fucking years. They got to buy Sega because I want Sonic only on Xbox to run around with those fucking 12 teraflops. I got to do it. I got to. It's a Sega. Sega, please. The fuck? What's wrong with you? Wised up. Yeah. 40th anniversary. Shit. I wonder in 5 years we'll be celebrating the 45th anniversary. You know, if you keep putting the goddamn game on the platform, we're going to celebrate the 50-year anniversary 10 years from now. Phil Spencer with freaking gray-ass balls hanging down his legs are going to be showing the 50th anniversary of Flight Simulator. What the fuck are you going to add? Todd Howard spaceships next? 50th anniversary of Flight Sim. What the fuck are you adding, Phil? What? Your private chopper? Your private helicopter that goddamn all Game Pass money bought you? You're fucking CEO of gaming now. The only person I know that gets promoted without putting content out. That's why Satya doesn't know his ass from his hole. Let's promote Phil. He knows about our Nintendo. Satya, it's Xbox. Ah, fuck it. It's the Nintendo. Good job, Phil. You're CEO. There you go. Promote him. Fuck, who cares? I don't care about games. Who cares? I just care about the cloud. So, subscribe. That's all I care about. But let's see. 3 goddamn minutes of Flight Simulator. But nah. Ninja Turtles. Let's not put Ninja Turtles in here because that's a good get. Let's give that to Jeff Keighley. What? What's wrong? Who's making this up? 3 minutes of fucking helicopters.
Enough talk.
But wait a second. You know what? Enough talk. Wait a second. It still goes. Because guess what? They got to show you the main piece. Like, they just showed you a bunch of shit flying around, but wait, it still goes. Oh my God, wait a second. We got to show some more. Because we're not done with Flight Simulator. We got to show that we care about Halo. Fuck talking about Season 3 and how they're trying to fix the game and talking about how they need to add co-op and what Forge looks like and what the hell, maybe they fix those goddamn pipe cleaner trees. Maybe Bootleg Joel Fernando has a spin-off game. Fernando! What's my name, bitch? Fernando! Oh, that's so nice. Your name, Fernando. Wait, we're still going. We're still going. Phil of the 90 minutes runtime, Greenberg said as he's shoving donuts down his face. We're still going. Wait, we just did another minute of this horse shit. Look at this. Almost 3.5 minutes of horse shit of a game that came out 2 years ago. But wait. There's more. Yeah. Why not just put the housefly that doesn't die? Why not just throw Sea of Thieves in there? Did I predict this or what? Sea of Thieves gets some screen time. Nah, we're not talking about Halo Infinite. They don't even mention Halo Infinite. They don't even mention it. The game exists. It has 5,000 people on Steam hanging on by a loose thread. They're waiting for co-op or targeting September, targeting my ass. And then on top of what they're targeting 4 clone Master Chiefs. You're going to walk around with the 4 clone Master Chiefs, not even the ones from your multiplayer game, and you're going to be walking around that lame-ass world. Sea of Thieves. How long is Sea of Thieves running for? We got a minute? This is valuable time to be using to show the games that people want to see. You do not use your big E3 stage to show this. You don't. You don't use your E3 stage to show 30 million players. Why the fuck are you wasting us 3 minutes of time? You got enough people. 30 million players, that's plenty. Get the fuck off the screen. Look, it's still going. Do people really need to see this? This is not even gameplay. This is not even in the game. This is a CGI that they made to advertise Season 7. Coming July 1st. Who gives a fuck? 2 minutes. Really? But Ninja Turtles, no. Let's not put Ninja Turtles in here. Let's not put anything about Perfect Dark or anything about updates to Halo that were fixing the game. Nothing. Nothing. No. And hearing what people wanted to see. Did anybody, guys, hit that like button. Did you hear if anybody ever said they wanted to see what's coming in Season 7 of Sea of Thieves? Was that in anybody's prediction? Did anybody say that? Let me see. Was that in here? Let's see. Let me hear. Colt, did you say?
Come to the Xbox Game Showcase.
Oh, let's see. Sea of Thieves Season 7. Is that
nobody
what you
really
said?
talks about, but I think Xbox needs to grab is Monolith's Wonder Woman, that superhero game. Not only the superhero game,
there was not one goddamn
being an
superhero
Xbox
on the whole
exclusive.
show. Let's see.
I would love to see that. Another thing that I'd like to see that is something that's been whispered and talked about is Fallout making a return, because it's going to be several years before we see Fallout.
Fallout making. I don't hear Sea of Thieves. You hear Sea of Thieves? I didn't hear Sea of Thieves. I didn't hear what's coming. I want to see what's happening in season 7 of Sea of Thieves. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear from any of these people. And Phil Spencer, I'm going to focus on gameplay this year. That's what he says. I'm focused on gameplay. Yeah, we'll see how that turned out. Let me see. Let's see what some of the people have said. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. Sea of Thieves?
Collection first.
Let's talk about the Gears collection.
Oh, Gears collection.
Jesse, I prepared a video with Jesse.
Oh,
because I'm tired of
Is this
stuff
your
that I
apology
say
video?
being I'm tired of stuff that I say being conflated and turned into other things that I didn't say. So, at first it became Gears collections being announced at the showcase, which is not true at all. I never said that, not once. That is something that people assumed. But since then, a few people think the Gears collection's not a real thing.
Oh,
now, as in at all.
Oh, but wait.
Not just not at the showcase. Apparently not at all. So, for those that are worried about the Gears collection, most of you should know me well enough to know that I don't back down. And I'm not going to back down on the Gears collection. I have gone back and asked a couple of sources who are like, yep, Gears collection's still a thing. So, I'm not backing down on Gears collection.
Ooh.
I'm going to hold my ground on that one. You all know me well enough to know that I don't back down.
You'll die on the hill.
I am of the Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, you're not. So, is this a pride thing or is it true? Now, what I really like to know is, do you want to play it? Right? This is what happens before the showcase. Gears collection. I'm not backing down. It's real. My sources told me. Let me tell you something about fucking sources. All right? I'm fucking lit. I don't know where the hell I'm going with. I'm going to tell you something about goddamn sources, right? They're all goddamn plants. Let me get to these super chats before I tell you about these sources, which I think is a bunch of horseshit anyway. Let's see. Buddy Cactus goes, I'll tell you what Game Pass is. Game Pass is getting hand-me-downs from your older brother. Here's an old pair of Jordans. Thanks, bro. Game Pass to PlayStation. Yeah, a matter of time, dude. Exactly. They're hand-me-downs. It's not the premier service. It's the friggin' subsequent service. That's what it is. Cyber Dragon, thank you so much. 7-month grinder, VIP grinder. Shout out to the chat mods. And Jez, tell them how it is, Jez. Tell them twice. That's right. I tell them twice. Let me tell you something about these sources. Because you know what the one thing these sources didn't tell you? They didn't tell you that all this bullshit was going to be in the show. I noticed how the sources are, the collection is real. Avowed is going to be there. All the big news that the sources are telling you. But what the sources are not telling you is, guys, Wolong. This game. This fireworks game is going to be there. Here it is. Persona is going to be there. They tell you about this. What is this game? They tell you, the Pelican and Flight Sim is going to be there. Sources. But he's telling about Marcus Phoenix. Let me tell you something. You think Microsoft is stupid, right? They go like this. Hey, you know what? Tell them that, yeah, this exists. We're working on this. Banjo's real or some shit like that. They go tell their podcast. Okay, hey guys, do you have anything? Yeah, I can tell you a Banjo is probably worked on. Okay. Then they go run with it. And then they spread it on the internet. And Microsoft just sits there going, look, we're trending. Haha, we're trending. Good. We're in the conversation. We're trending. But we're trending for Banjo-Kazooie. He goes, fuck, we're not making it. But we're trending on Twitter. That's good. Let it go. Game Pass it might come to Game Pass. Game Pass is trending too on Twitter. Good job, guys. Good job, sources. Well, what I heard from my sources is that the Marcus Phoenix collection's real. Oh, is it? Where was the coalition in this show? You want to know what? It's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about this showcase because guess what, guys? They did an after show. They did the after show, which means like they could have showed half this stuff, right? Let's see what their after show was like. And what gets me is that if you really are like you're an Xbox channel, you're hyped. Controlled leaks, exactly, Afropunk. That's what it is. Because all the stuff that they say, it's all horse shit. But this is what I don't understand. If you are an Xbox fan, if you care about the brand, and somebody's telling you something exists, and then this is Microsoft's time, and this is what I don't understand. Why isn't Xbox and Microsoft and Phil Spencer, that we heard you presenting this? and I'm going to go right into Starfield with this, is that I don't think Starfield had enough of a showing. They showed a little bit, and they ran back into their cave. But guess what, guys? After that, all that indie shit that they showed at that showcase, where everybody was saying, I want to see Avowed, I want to see all this big stuff from Microsoft because we've been waiting. It's not that it was announced last year. Stuff has been announced since 2020, since 2018, since 2019. We've been waiting 3 and 4 years of games that just disappear. These games weren't even mentioned last year. Perfect Dark, Fable, they weren't even mentioned last year. Trailers were shown in 2020. And the game doesn't even get mentioned. Like, it's not even in existence. To put it in perspective, everything that Sony showed in 2020 released. They showed Miles Morales. They showed Demon's Souls. They showed Sackboy's Adventures. They showed then Ratchet and Clank, then Horizon. Now they showed God of War. God of War's coming out. They showed Returnal. Returnal came out. Everything Sony showed in the last 3 years has come out. Forspoken. It was called Project Athea. That had a faster turnaround time than goddamn Hellblade 2. It was called Project Athea and then called Forspoken, and it's releasing. And it got delayed. And it's delayed. How the hell is Sony announcing and releasing, and Microsoft announces with a CGI and then it goes into oblivion? No pun on the word. Into oblivion. No mention of it. The only people mentioning it are the sources. And none of the sources tell you until Jason Schreier, some bullshit, says, hey, shit's going down over there. They don't know what they're doing. Then all of a sudden, here they come. The check marks. Well, I did hear that there were some issues at the studio, but there's nothing to worry about right now. It's under better control right now, because you got the most important person who knows quality is running the studios.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Now drop.
That dude goes into hiding. You don't even see him. Here it is. Tim Dog. Undoubtedly, the Xbox has a really strong 2020 lineup, and it's going to get stronger in 2021, and so on. Looks like Playground getting major hype on those leaks. Leaks again. But Phil is like hugging babies and kissing you and retweeting, and you're part of the Xbox Live chat. Why are we going on leaks, and then when the show comes, they don't deliver? Just think. Obsidian, The Initiative, all coming with AAA. That's in 2020? Oh yeah, let's see. Honestly, I expect a bigger 2022 than 2021 from Xbox. This is going to continue on better year over year for a good while with what's announced, and then a ton of stuff that's unannounced. Oh, you mean like Pentiment? Yeah. And a ton of stuff that's unannounced. I'm hearing from my sources, they're extremely busy in Redmond, and for a reason. That reason is video games. Well, they do make a video game console. And here we go, right before this showcase. Remember how enraged everyone was a month ago. Like I said, this day will come. It's a lengthy process making quality games, and it's been a long time coming. 2022 might be without a big AAA exclusive for Xbox, but 2023 might be the best year in its 23 history. How can you believe this if you're a fan? How can you give how? Exactly, Nick. Oh yeah, Mooch's show. And this is what I mean. If you listen to any of these people on Twitter prior to the show, they were hyping this up. This is the year. And then the Xbox shows that, and then they don't get upset, or they get initially upset, but then after a day or two, they go, oh no, they're right back on the train. Right back on the train. That show sucked. All right, well, I'm done saying the show sucked. Now the next day, too. Starfield, I saw it in 4K again. It's fire. I'm hyped. Dude, when they showed it initially, you were like meh on it. But you went back and watched it a bunch of times. What are you trying to convince yourself? It's good. It's good. Phil says it's okay. It's Game Pass. I don't have to buy it. It's good. It's good. Phil says it's okay. It's good. It's good. Phil took a picture with me at the thing. They're really nice people. You know, they really are nice. I feel bad for them, but it's good. It's good. Okay, I'm back on Twitter. Guys, it's fire. Starfield is fire. Is that what's going on? Because what's crazy is that even more shit came out of the news that made the initial poor gameplay even worse. It wasn't like there was good follow-up to this showcase. Oh no, it got worse for both Redfall and Starfield. So if you're coming back 2 or 3 days later going, yo, that show was awesome, after I go watch your video and you were down as hell, defeated, going, I gotta absorb this, it's really not that great. Like, I like Fame. He's a great guy. I like the channel Level Up One. I liked him. But when he did this tweet today, dude, I was like, no, man, no. No, stop. Because I watched that show. You were not hyped on it, man. Why are you doing this? Is it because there's like this negative thing that Starfield wasn't it, and you're just trying to, like, I don't know. But he's like, truth be told, Starfield looked badass. Crazy how many folks simply want to bring the game down. But like, dude, I could, like, man, it just was not cool. Like, it's just because I watched your show. Like, I watched it. Like, where, like, you were not hyped on what they showed. So why are you, like, saying it's fire? You finish that show and you're like, you know, yeah, like, dude, here it is.
That's pretty much most of the things I have to say. We all got more to say. I've seen mostly hate towards Quantic Dream by
their excuse at the end of this show was like, if Sony showed this stuff, they would get props. Like, no, man.
And it sucks.
Like,
Fame, and this is for you, Fame, because I know you're very passionate about Xbox. Do not succumb to the trolls, because you're gonna see it. We're gonna see it this week.
I can't wait for 15 minutes of fame.
50 minutes of fame, we gotta be an hour, and I'm here for it. But remember, my guy, Twitter's not a real place. Twitter doesn't
like
exist.
They're coaching them. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Don't be
Leave
clowning.
him alone. But like, here's the end of the showcase, right? The showcase ends. Boom. Starfield was just shown.
Fact that the 12-month thing was not told to us prior. And we talked about how Microsoft has been really good at setting expectations. Because if you would have told me that before, I would have known, okay, we're not getting a lot of these. We're not getting, you know, to see what State of Decay 3 is. We're not seeing what Hellblade 2 is. We're not seeing what Avowed is. We're not seeing Outer Worlds 2. I would have had that expectation going in, and I didn't have that, right?
It doesn't matter. She'll still be there.
I give it like a 7.5, close to 8, and that's only because of Redfall and Starfield, right? We saw a lot of console launch exclusives, and again, I'm not one of those, oh, it needs to be exclusive titles. I'm one of those, like, hey, y'all got a lot of studios, like, it's time to see what's coming from these studios, and we didn't really get that. The Sea of Thieves, I said before, man, I don't want to see Sea of
Yeah.
A lot of kids games that the kids are going to be excited about. A lot of
scores detract from anything.
the gut of this show was for me. Like, okay, everything that we seen for the most part is coming to Game Pass. Okay, that's cool. We spent a lot of time and stuff like Forza.
Get it for free. What that would.
It was all PC Game Pass, right? So you come out with a bunch of titles that are going to appeal to some, but not appeal to.
Like, if the game was fire,
that would have. I don't think you would have felt the same way.
Like, it doesn't sound like, yo, that was incredible what they showed.
But I do think that this way,
yeah, Minietti, if I'm not mistaken, if you go back to that clip, it showed mobile, and then some said mobile plus PC.
I want to see when they get to talk about
Starfield. Because the Series X, for all intents and purposes, we know most PC gamers.
Because of the type of games that they are, I mean, they have a mobile once.
But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they showed gameplay for Starfield, like real talk, because now the delay makes sense, and I'm excited for it.
And that's the other thing I heard. Like, the delay makes sense now. Well, that means it wasn't a good showing. It didn't look fire. You know what I mean? Like, if the delay makes sense, then it wasn't great. Oh, Buddy Cat, I mentioned your super chat, did I? Sorry, man. Where did it say it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Buddy, did I? I thought we got it. I'll get it. Just type it in the thing. I'll do it. Sorry, man. I was looking at this screen. Just type it in the, type in the bottom. I'll read it. I'm looking off screen.
I was like, let me just get an Elder Scrolls game-esque in space. Let me get a Fallout-esque game in space. And I, to that scale, because of course, we have Outer Worlds. But Outer Worlds feels like an older version of those things. Give me the expansiveness of, the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. It's gonna get dragged. They're gonna get dragged for sure. We know Xbox doesn't get the same leeway that PlayStation does. And that's a fact.
Excuse, dude.
Xbox is Android, PlayStation is Apple. With
companies
I'm just
have an image that it fluctuates, and it very much depends also on the mood of the people. Because
Overwatch, that's going to probably give me a.
And I really do think, I mean, like everything, and I think we all know this here, that the algorithm will very much center around the type of activity that we partake in. And if we are more and we got to be honest, I am personally, my biases, I almost always go to Nintendo. And I acknowledge how shitty some of the things that.
Yeah, he does the excuse. But it's just, the thing is like, it wasn't an impressive showing. We know that. You see it, that's why it was delayed. Like, you're happy that they showed gameplay, but like, going on what it showed, like, and this is them, man. This is what they choose to show. Destin did a whole big thing on how bad the frame rate was. The missed frames, the thing running at 24 frames. Then you got, and this is like after the fact, like, and then you have Digital Foundry going like, dude, like this game, where did he say it? Much of it is running below 30 frames per second, much of the time. And it doesn't, but that does suggest that we're seeing very legit footage and not something doctored. So they're seeing that the game is running below 30 frames. Destin actually did a video today showing, like, he was counting frames and seeing how many were missed. Like, it was not a good showing for Starfield. And if you listen to a lot of the reaction videos, everybody's like, oh, well, I'm happy I saw it, but it's not the thing that it needed to be. It wasn't this amazing, a mind-bending kind of presentation that Starfield was. It didn't. And honestly, Buddy Cactus, which right. Buddy says, I was saying Game Pass. Wait, Buddy Cactus goes, I was saying Game Pass is like a hand-me-down pair of Jordans. Oh, I read that. I did read that, Buddy Cactus. Sorry, maybe I read it too fast. I was saying that Game Pass is a hand-me-down pair of Air Jordans from your older brother. Thanks, bro, for these 4-year-old Jordans. Xbox to PlayStation. Exactly. Yeah, I read that early. I did read that. Thanks, buddy. It's Pantheon says Xbox ain't Android, it's Windows Phone. You goddamn right, it is. It is doctored. It is edited. Like, I saw Thrash's thing as well, and you see the jitter and the judder from it. Like, this game was not presented well, and a lot of people realize that, but, you know, they're just happy that Microsoft showed gameplay, and it's like, it's not good, and, like, and, oh, man, like, I don't know. It's just not. I blame Microsoft so, like,
You're my number one customer.
It's Xbox and Phil. That's who the issue with. Like, it's not us. It's not them. It's not Xbox fans. It's not PlayStation fans. It's not gamers. The issue is not us. We are not the problem. Phil and Xbox is the problem. That is the problem. It's them. They're the ones teasing you with the carrot that they're not going to feed you. They're telling you about these carrots that you can't eat. They're cashing checks. They're writing checks that their mouths can't cash. Their games can't cash. Just think about it. Think about this. Let's think about gameplay, right? As I find this other video here. Think about gameplay. And that's why if you were disappointed, stay disappointed. Don't say, well, don't cope. Don't cope. Hold the course. If that is not what you expected, that is what you, and do it. Maybe not to the extent of some people, but hold the course. If that, just because it's Xbox and you have Xbox fans, and if that's not what you want, and I've said this, I've done videos on this. I know what Xbox fans want because I'm an Xbox fan. I know what you want. I want the same thing. You want that Sony E3 moment. You want the moment when people are God. This is what you want. Why can't Microsoft give this to us? Why? Why can't they do something with showing a game and getting this reaction? This is what they want.
Your mother's knife.
This, not the game, but feeling this way. This is what Xbox fans want. This moment.
A test. She taught you to hunt, yes?
Not the game.
Yes, sir.
This emotion.
Show me what you know.
For feel that. Listening to what the fans want. Giving the content that the fans deserve. That gamers deserve. Showing gameplay.
Is that a question?
Showing gaming moving forward. Showing the next evolution of a franchise that you love. This is what we want, Phil. This is what they always wanted. It's simple. Give them the games that they want. They went crazy at Paris Lily for Killer Instinct 2. And you show goddamn bullshit on that showcase. This is what they want. This is what those people that flew out to LA want to do. They want to react like this to a franchise announcement, to something.
Be calm and plan.
This is it. And you want to know what's even more devastating? What's even more devastating for Xbox fans? You want to know what's even more? Hit that freaking like button. You want to hear what's even worse? They did get that reaction. They did get that reaction. They did. Microsoft, Phil knew. Phil knew. Oh, yeah, he knew, Phil. He knew what fans wanted. He knew what fans wanted. Phil knew exactly what they wanted. He just didn't give it to you, the suckers that are paying for his Game Pass. He just didn't give it to you. He knows exactly what you wanted. He knows what the fans want. He knows what people want. He just is not listening to you. He's not giving you what you want. Look what Phil did for Nintendo. Look what Phil did for Nintendo fans and the Switch. Look what he gave them. What did he give you? Panthalonian? Even trolled them. Even trolled them. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Phil. Where's that for Xbox? And tell me, Xbox fans, you don't want that. You don't want these moments. This is exactly what you've been looking for. And Microsoft waits to E3, and you think that they're going to do this. He knew. He knows what they want. Now, why can't you give that to your own brand? Why can't you do that? That's what Xbox fans want. They want that moment. And when you save up for E3 and you save all your news for this one show, one time, to ask me about my gaming business, he says. Phil goes, I'll give you one dime to ask about my gaming business. And he uses this one time. And he shows you that showcase on Sunday. And you know this is true because you hear the predictions. You hear what people want to see from this show. And then this leakers start, you know what, Avowed's not, Perfect Dark's not going to be there. This is not going to be there. You hear it. And then you start setting your expectations lower and lower. And then they just kick you right in the face with it. And then on top of that, they go, you know what? We're not done. We're not done. We have another showcase. We're not done feeding you guys. I know, Game Night. I'm going back. Sorry. On the rant. Where is it? I'll get you, Game Night. Sorry about that. Where is it? Did I miss? These things going away? Hold on, I'll get you. I got them right here. Game Night goes, what is the point of Todd saying that Fallout 5 will come after Elder Scrolls 6? Yes, I saw that. Elder Scrolls is in pre-production, so say 5 years. I doubt that until it releases late 2030s for Fallout 5. Yes, I couldn't believe that the dude did that. I could not believe that he talked about Fallout 5. You want to, like, just the carrots. Dude, the carrots. The carrots, man. The carrots that they think. Oh, my God. Wait. They're not done. You think they were done with that showcase on Sunday? Conker's Bad Fur Day showcase. Oh my God, please.
Hey, we are a small snippet of Squanch Games, and we are here to...
Look how they opened the show.
Welcome to Xbox
This is the
Games
extended
Showcase
show.
Extended.
They weren't
I'm
done
Erin. This
running
is
your
Malik,
ass through the mud.
And we have the honor of diving deeper into some of the most exciting and talked about announcements, as well as gameplay from the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase just 2 days ago. For the first time ever, the entire showcase was focused on games you can play over the next 12 months.
That's right, Aaron. You saw world premiere gameplay from REDFALL and Starfield, and today we've got Bethesda's own Pete Hines right here to tell us more. You'll hear from the renowned developers behind the brand new Xbox franchise, Our History Untold.
What are we going to
Dive
show?
into Naraka Blade Point with our partner.
Whatever. I don't want to hear you the commercial. But first, what are we going to show first? Wait, some new reveal, right?
Celebrate the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase with a message from our very own Phil Spencer.
Oh, yeah, of course. Movie superstar himself. Look. No games. What are you cheering
I
about?
love
Look
coming
at
to
this.
events like this. You can just feel the energy, people loving to come together as a community, their love of video games.
Guys. Was he signing somebody's shirt? Was the CEO of Microsoft Gaming signing somebody's shirt? Did I see that? Did he really walk around with a marker and sign somebody's shirt? Is he signing shirts?
I love coming to events like this. You can just feel.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Oh yeah, there I am. I was signing those shirts. They want my autograph. I don't give them any content, so I sign their shirts. Like, I have my marker, my Sharpie. I'm signing those shirts. They love me. They came to see me. I flew them out there to see me. I sent out the invites personally so they could come see me. Because I'm winning awards, bitch. They don't want us. They're here to see me. Let's see. There I am. I'm signing some autographs. Hear me talking some bullshit. Yeah. Hey, honey, I'm your friend. I'm all here. Yeah. Take a picture of me. Take a picture of me. Take a picture of me. You love me. I'll sign your shirts. I'll sign your ass. I'll sign everything. But don't ask me about the games. Don't you ask me about the games. Oh, look, I'm signing.
What? Was he sitting down in an autograph session? With his T-Rex arms. Is he sitting down for the... What are you doing? This is before the showcase. Dude, like, what do you think you have? I can't. What is the appeal? Ah, look at that picture. What is the appeal? People, what is it? He's signing autographs before the showcase, then showed you that trash ass shit, and then fucking hightails it out of there. On top of that, son of a bitch has a show 2 days later and starts it with his autograph session. Show me. Games extended. No. You're going to start this show, and I want you to show me signing autographs and the hype for people to see me. What? This is the sickness. Did I show you 2 fans? Sony fans going crazy over Yoshida? Herman Holtz? With Jim Ryan coming down on the stage and he was dancing? With a fucking hula hoop? Was Reggie Fils-Aimé in there where those Nintendo fans were going crazy? Was that Reggie Fils-Aimé like in the crowd? No. They were going crazy over games. You just had your game showcase and you're showing people excited about you. Sick.
You saw it in the show today. People said, we want to see more gameplay. And so we said, okay, great. So you're going to see a ton of gameplay.
People had to tell you they want to see more gameplay for games. Really? Is that fucking feedback that you really need? You're making games. People are subscribing to play games for your service. You need to wait for feedback? for people to tell you that they want to see gameplay? That's so great. They asked for gameplay. I gave them gameplay. They had to ask? They had to ask.
Their love of video games, the Xbox fans, just a really special time for everybody, myself included. Gaming has this unique ability to bring people together, whether it's saving the world from the aliens or winning a football game. It's so great.
He sounds so much further removed from gaming than when he was like here, right? Right? Because Phil, like, what is your job?
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
They
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
I love hearing from people. What did you like in the show? Those
Autograph session. Booty!
conversations with people that are here about areas that they like and areas they wish we would do more. I think that's something that drives us. You saw it in the show today. People said, we want to see more gameplay. And so we said, okay, great. You're going to see a ton of gameplay.
Yeah, you know, I think this is our biggest lineup ever in terms of just diversity of different kinds of games from different kinds of teams, different genres.
There's some franchises, Japanese franchises, don't always come to Xbox. We've been working
You're
on
my
that.
number
Today we
one
obviously have
customer.
Persona.
It's important to us. We not only have all the games coming from our internal studios, but also great independent game developers that we work with around the world. So could not be more excited for what we're doing with Kojima.
And he's got this really great idea for a game. And I want to be clear, because I know we say like experience and stuff. He's building a video game, but he has this real unique things that he wants to do in the game. And we said, okay, let's go do something together. And I'm just really proud to be in an industry that can be part of so many people coming together.
Running for president or something. I can't. Game Night says, I'm glad Nintendo and PlayStation don't whore out the executives for people to latch on to. I know. It's so like it got to the extreme now. It got to the extreme. Like it is really, and then they had this showcase. And they got the Valheim, that's good, but again, that's a good get. That was on the list though from the day before. And for such a big deal, how did nobody catch it? It was on it was on this list that everybody was sharing out, right? The day they showed it, Phil showed it, it was right here. Because I remember going over it. But people saw that and was like, oh my God. Dude, it was right here. You shared at the end of the show. Where is it? Yeah. It's right here. Satya tweeted it out. It's right here. Did anybody go ape shit? I don't know. It was right here. And then here's Phil again. Look at this. You want to see something wild here? Watch this one.
We heard you were throwing an amazing viewing party and wanted to send a special shout out.
We're so excited to say hello to all of you and an Xbox squad that's bringing all of our fans together for this special viewing of the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase.
Players like you are at the heart of everything we do at Xbox, and showcases are always a special moment for the team where we can share what we've been heard you were throwing in
watching and celebrating our common love of games.
We hope you enjoy your watch party and the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. Thank you for celebrating this awesome moment with us. A biento.
A biento.
Bonsoir. We heard you were throwing an amazing viewing party and wanted to send
This is what they got tweeting. January 11th of this year, Tim Dog's like Stalker 2, Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Starfield, Age of Empires 4. 2022 shaping up to be bigger than 2021. None of it. But that's acceptable. There's no COVID this year. I can see where Stalker 2 with the war, yes, definitely. But the other ones, come on now. And that's what you're asking for. You're not asking for all those indies that they showed. That's what I mean. Like, every time there's a conversation, the conversation is about the big games that Microsoft has and the big games that they refuse to show. And when it comes down to showtime, Microsoft gets stage fright. And like I said all the time before, it's always the how. 2 days before, dude was sitting there hyping up xCloud and you're going to play in your Samsung TVs and we're going to do demos and all this other stuff. And then it comes the showcase, like the biggest show ever. The fans are there. I'm signing autographs. And all your games are a no-show. 2 shows you had, Sunday and Tuesday. None. And then Starfield had that showcase. Nothing. It's a shame. It really is. Because you get everybody there that one time. And then on top of that, after that showcase, then comes the real news. Targeting 4K 30. The frame rates of that of Starfield gameplay is sub 30 frames. 24 frames, they're counting it. Then, in that showcase, an IGN interview with Todd Howard. Todd Howard did not have a walkthrough breakdown of Starfield at all on that show. Greenberg, right? The power of the system. 4K 30? Oh no, 60 frames per second will be the standard output, but the architecture allows us to support 120 frames. Really? But Starfield is 4K 30 though. Targeting at least. How's that work out for you? And then here comes the don't mind the man behind the curtain. There it is. Oh, yo, Jay Thomas, thank you. Yo, Jez, he says, I heard you're on Salty's podcast last night talking about trying to beat Nemesis and Returnal. I'm still down to try and help you in co-op if you're interested in PSN.
You're my number one customer.
I got you. I'll add you, Jay Thomas. Thank you again. Yes, I tried doing it with a random dude. The guy went left. I was going right. I can't do it. I'm going to get you on there. We're going to go beat it. Thank you, Jay Thomas. Thank you for the super chat. Now Starfield comes out. So the news comes out now, Starfield. All right, the final part. Let's get to the Starfield stuff. It's just, the thing is, the overall thing to take away is that, I blame Microsoft for doing that. Like, the Fan Fest is great, but you got to have imagine a baseball team doing an autograph session and then they go out there and just suck. Year after year, game after game. But they still want to throw autograph sessions. And people are like, oh, we love... your performance needs to match up to the hype. You can't just be like, I'm Phil Spencer. You're going to love me regardless of what I do. And then continually, year after year, when you build this hype for this one showcase, you decide to do this. I said you need to have multiple shows to break down your games. Because you have so much that you need to show. And when they said it's just 90 minutes, I'm like, there's no way you're going to show that 90 minutes. And guess what? They filled it up with CFDs. They filled it up with Flight Simulator. They filled it up with games that are already out. And he's like, you want to see gameplay? I don't want to see gameplay of games that are already out. See the Philness? Oh, but it's the next 12 months of what you're playing. The Philness. Dude, those Flight Simulator's been out. I don't need to see gameplay to Flight Simulator. And he just acts dumb. And I said this on the show. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I want to see gameplay to the first-party games to see what they look like. But you said you want to see gameplay, so I'm going to act dumb and be like, well, here's Sea of Thieves and here's Fallout 76. Huh, you want to see gameplay? It's like, no. Don't act dumb. Well, the fans told me they wanted to see gameplay, so I'm just going to do gameplay. You should know what you want to show. You know what's ready. You decided to announce these games before they were ready. That's on you. So the expectation of the fans and people wanting to see those games, that's not their fault. They should have that expectation. Because you came out and told us about those games. You came out and said, I bought these studios. You came out and said, we're making 30 games. You came out and said, all this IP is ours. You did this. So the expectations are set. Geraldo Nunez, the 5, he goes, Nintendo and PlayStation are the only two companies giving us amazing games. Microsoft is a cancer to gaming, and I hope they leave the gaming space. Like, the thing is that the sad thing, Geraldo, and thank you for the super chat. You know, the sad thing is, the unfortunate thing is that Microsoft was delivering content, and this Game Pass focus and stuff has just shifted them away.
You're my
from
number
the most
one customer.
important thing is the games. Like, they have games. Why don't you show those games? And this is why. And I want to timestamp that. I want to time, like, this is the thing. Last year, Microsoft had a good showcase. You want to know why? They didn't show gameplay. They showed Forza, Horizon 5, and moved on. They didn't show anything of Halo. They showed a little clip of Halo multiplayer. And that was it. But when they really broke down and showed a significant thing of gameplay, what was the last time they did that? Grinders, anybody? And what happened? When did they show gameplay to their games? This is the thing. They'll tell you about cloud. He'll tell you about streaming and the Rikishi controller. He'll tell you all this stuff. But what about when gameplay is shown? Halo Infinite gameplay was shown, and we got Craig. Now, Starfield gameplay and Redfall gameplay is shown, and we see bad frames, weird-ass cross-eyed characters from traditional Bethesda stuff. You can't, now here comes the stuff. You cannot fly from the planet to the stars and from the stars to the planet. You could land anywhere on the planet, but you don't control, like, you're not doing that transition. That's a loading screen. They're two separate entities. That's a problem. And I said this on my stream of No Man's Sky. When 2 weeks before Bethesda even showed Starfield, I said this to everybody on that stream. I said, this has been out already for about 5 years. No Man's Sky. And Starfield is going to have the same problem. They got to start where No Man's Sky ended and move from there. You cannot do less than what's already out, or you're not going to do any impactfulness. And that's exactly, you're not going to be impactful. Just like with Halo Infinite. You're going to be free to play. You got to be better than the other free to plays. You got to be, at least have the content and the game structure and have that stuff better than what's out already. You can't say, well, here's Starfield. Well, you can't fly it into space, but I could do that with a 5-year-old indie game. I could do that from day one. Go from space right to the planet, right where I want to land, the dark side, the light side. But you're telling me that I'm just going to click on one of your planets and this is going to take me to some randomly generated kind of like section. It might be nothing there. I don't know. But I can't land specifically. I can't leave the planet and fly in space or escape a battle. I did that at No Man's Sky yesterday. They were shooting at me. I escaped to a planet. Pirates attacking the planet. I was doing a mission on. I was just like checking out something, and all of a sudden I stepped into a sensor, and all of a sudden pirates started doing airstrikes on the planet. I had to get in my thing and start fighting them in the space above the planet. Then flew out to space, to the Space Center. Like, that was the amazing thing for that No Man's Sky. Starfield's not doing that. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay. But now I'm already hearing it's doing less than an indie game. And that was the magic with this whole space exploration. You could do it in what is that? The other, oh, they added that to that game. What the hell was it? That other shooting game that they had where you could land on a moon rover and stuff like that. What is it? Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous had it where you could fly in space and then now you could land on planets. All right, so we got more games that are allowing this. No Man's Sky. Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, where you go from space to the planet, and that's true exploration. This, your planets are basically, you click on them. All right, well, not that bad. Well, there's 1,000 explorable planets. And then making it's really not important to the player to justify engineering the work involved. Oh, really? People have asked, can you fly the ship straight down to the planet? No. We decided early in the project that the on-surface is one reality. When you're in space, it's another reality. Thanks, Todd. Thanks for making that decision for us. It's not important to the players. You see how cool this was? Remember this? Remember this part? This is so cool. But imagine this is a loading screen. It just takes you to, you're in space now. They're two different realities. I don't know what that means.
First stage engine burn.
But the power of the SSD, you can't do it. Make your own story, that's right.
Stage separation in 3.
But it isn't Halo. Halo went from Earth to space. You know? It's just... He decides that it's not important. Alright, fine. What else, Todd? Oh, yeah. And it was built for the modding community to create content for users. Now, do we think that he's going to have the mods creating stuff? Are they going to charge just like Fallout? So some of these planets that don't have anything on them will from the mods? You're going to make the game. You're going to make the game that you want. I'm not making it. You're going to make it. Okay, the mods. Another thing. Thousands of planets, 4 main cities in the game. But 1,000 planets. 4 fleshed out cities. Oh, they're bigger than what we've ever done before. Yeah. Keep going. Are we done yet? Because this don't sound like after that shit showing, we keep going. We're not done, right? You're going to build the maps. What else are we doing? Here's some of that wonderful NPC. These are actual people that you got to talk to. Look at this. Here's my tweet. Ah! Dude, that tweet was hilarious. I had a good time. Look at this. This is your 12 teraflops of Philness right here. So it didn't look that great. Okay. So you can't fly. And then, where's the plot? Here's Jeff Grubb trying to defend it. Now we're defending this. What if I go to a planet and nothing happens? That makes it more special. Now we're justifying exploring planets. Meanwhile, the whole pitch was that you make your own fun. Well, if there is no fun to be had, how do I make my own fun? Let's see what his statement is right here. Where is he? What does Pete Hines say about Starfield? Let's hear. 4 cities.
Fallout, Fallout 2, and then what the
We are glad to share
me through, because I'm a little, it can be a little daunting to say you can go do whatever. Huge.
There you go.
To pay homage to like Bethesda Fallout. Like, no, we mean all Fallout, because what this series has done, what it meant to us as players when we went and played those games, played the original Fallout, Fallout 2, and then what the franchise has become, and sort of growing and finding an even, a new audience with Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 76 is something we really want to celebrate. And honestly, what's going on in Fallout 76 with the pit and your ability to continue to push the boundaries in an online game of story and meaningful player choice, and as you're going along, making decisions that kind of matter and have a real impact, I think is important in the evolution of Fallout 76. And just honestly, how far that game has come from its
Fallout
launch.
76.
Like, we're keenly aware of how that
Nobody
launch went,
cares about Fallout 76.
Huge what you can or can't do.
Yeah, let's hear the excuse.
Always pushes themselves to the most freedom and least limitations, right? Where the items in the world are all real things. You walk into a store and there's a bunch of weapons or whatever. Like, that's not just art on a countertop. Like, you could pick those up. You could steal them and run out of it. You can create chaos. Like, we don't want to put too many limits on what the player is or isn't allowed to do. We love it when players say, I wonder what happens if, and then they try it. And then they get to see, like, oh my Lord, chaos ensued and it was insanity. Everybody was shooting at me. And like, that's, I think, the beauty
you touch a
of
piece of bread,
the game studios, and the number of ways that they push for you to explore that, right? It's not just one, it's you could spend thousands of hours doing nothing but shipbuilding and like focus that as all you're about, and that's okay. But you could also be about exploring every planet and finding all of the good, and that's okay. Or you could just play the main story and be like, I want a kind of experience that I'm guided through so that I kind of get to see stuff, and I might stop here and there. Oh, there's a cool side quest that I got, but I want something that sort of leads me through, because I'm a little, it can be a little daunting to say you can go do whatever I want. Like, ooh, I don't know what I should do. So some folks want a little bit of a guided path or to understand where the fun is, and no approach is wrong. Like, for me, that's epic, because it says we aren't putting any limits on what you can or can't do. We're going to set you loose and just sit back and watch the beauty that you create with your own stories and the way that you solve problems or choose to spend your time in this world we've created.
I love that. And what you said about, those moments that maybe you experience that I don't, like, those are some of the best moments if I think back to playing RPGs when I'm discussing with my friends. Oh, did you see that? No, I didn't see that. Where did you see it? And having them go out and find it. So I think that's going to be one of those things.
We talk about that a lot, that sort of water cooler moment.
Exactly.
Of like, you come in the next day and you talk to everybody about what you did, and you were like, wait, I did that quest, but I did this completely different thing. And you sort of start to appreciate all of the choices that you could have made. You didn't even realize were an option. Like, oh, I didn't even think about doing that. Like, oh yeah, I just ran in and stole his ship and shot all of his crew members and took off. Like, you can do that? Like, oh yeah, you can do anything. Like that, I think that is a special part of a Bethesda Game Studios game. And when we say epic RPG, we mean all of the stories, all of them.
All right, you just gave me some ideas for stealing people's ships, so I appreciate that. That's going to be top on the list to do in Starfield. Now, we saw quite a bit of combat and action in the game. That seems to also be, in addition to exploring and everything, that seems to be another huge focus of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, look, if you look at a game like Skyrim, which, like, everybody's played Skyrim at this point, it can, a combat is a big part of that. Unless you decide it's not. Like, if you're one of those folks that says, actually, I'm going to do the alchemy thing, and I just go off and pick flowers and make potions and, like, live another life in another world this way, then combat isn't part of it. But look, we know in an epic RPG, there's always bad people, they, shooting at you. Sometimes you got to return fire, and there's a lot of fun to be had there. And so, providing a lot of different skills that sort of determine how good you are in combat, combined with all the different weapons in the game, and then you layer in ship combat and all of these other things, it starts to sort of paint a picture of just how broad or how deep the rabbit hole goes.
It's going to be so impressive. And you touched on it a little bit, and I want to talk about it because this was when I'm watching the video, the demo, what I saw, and it really caught my eye is around the ship. It's not just getting in the ship and that's your ship. There's so much behind it. Can you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, like every ship is customizable to the nth degree, and not just like cosmetically I want my ship to look like this or look like that, though obviously that's totally a thing that you could do if all you care about is cosmetics. But it goes much deeper than that in terms of like what kind of shields you have, what kind of weapons you have, like what kind of ship are you building? What do you want it to be good at? What trade-offs are you willing to make or not? And then the other part of it is, of course, well, you can't just like.
Now, where's the difference that they're doing here? He's telling you. You know the one thing they didn't do in this after show that I was so surprised that they didn't do? They didn't just have somebody playing the game. Doing one mission. There's so many different ways to figure it out. Why don't you show us one? Why don't you take this glorious elite controller, put the game on, and walk through a mission? Show us how you finish the mission and you get into your customizable plane and ship and fly into space and engage in combat and hijack somebody. Why don't you show us this? Why are you sitting here like a talking head just telling me the what ifs and the imagine this and the water cooler this and this and this? This is E3. This is your showcase. This is where you show it. What is this? This is where you show it. Oh, that's not them. That's not what they do. Oh, excuse me, what? That's not what they do? This is what you do. It's a showcase. Stop sitting there and doing it. But let's see what happens, and let's bring this full circle, grinders. Before Microsoft owned Bethesda, how did they treat Fallout 4? What did they do? They had a whole showcase. Guess what? A whole 34 minutes
of this next game, because about a year ago I had the idea to do this showcase, and I went to this gentleman and I said, hey, instead of having to do a demo every hour all 3 days of E3, what if I figured out a way for you to do just one demo? And he, of course, instantly said,
excuse me, wait a second. Did he say the word, the nasty word? He said the big D word? Did he say the big D word? Grind, did you hear the big D word? Did he say the word demo? Oh. Oh. A demo.
Yes, please. Now, I don't think he knew that he was getting, what he was getting into, that we would all end up being here, streaming this live all over the world. Wow. But, hey, promise is a promise. He said he would do it. So here we all are, ready and waiting for his one demo of this E3. His studio creates games that have come to define open world gaming, and they are currently the holders of 3 consecutive video game of the years with Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Oblivion, each a consensus game of the year winner. Those games in the studio have been led by someone who should need no introduction, but I'm giving him one anyway. Please give a warm welcome to the game director of Bethesda Game Studios and my
E3, there was none of this. Remember that we had CES in Vegas, and the video games weren't even in the main building. They were in like an ancillary entertainment. There are very few things as good as Fallout.
34 minutes of this. A 34-minute demo. Watch how it look. I'm not going to sit through this.
And it all starts with an obsession to detail. Our artists concept every button, every blinky light, not just on one terminal, on all of them. Because it's our belief that it's all of these small details coming together that form a much, much larger whole.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
We're going to do 1,000 plans to explore. Really, it's just not important to the player to justify the engineering of the work involved to have them fly down to a planet. Really? But we're going to do, what was that? They're drawing, excuse me? Every single light on every single button. On what? Not just one panel. What was that?
It all starts with an obsession to detail.
Oh,
Our
really?
artists
Flying down to a planet in a space exploration game in a ship that you can customize. That's not worth the engineering time.
Every button, every blinky light, not just on one terminal, on all of them. Because it's our belief that it's all of these small details coming together that form a much, much larger whole.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Oh, concept art.
Before the bombs fell. And that is where our game starts.
Oh, look how it starts. We create
Selecting
a character.
part of the face and sculpting.
Oh, sculpting. Wow. 35 minutes. But you see demo, a gameplay demo.
Entirely dynamic system. It's the same system we use to create all of the game's NPCs. We even generate a baby based on the couple.
Exactly, impatient. You hear? You hear the difference.
Sugar bombs, 100%
Gameplay, walking through the story. Even the way it's shown. Don't worry about the tell me lies. Look.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about use.
Oh, excuse me. Did he just have a voice? Did he just say something? Yeah, that's not in Starfield either. Your protagonist is silent. Oh, and by the way, is he in third person? Yeah, that's not in Starfield either. Everybody's in first person. Zoom into my cross-eyed face. Enjoy.
And help
so
you
you're not
your
getting
future.
this.
You see, Vault-Tec is the
In
foremost
Starfield.
builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will.
But there's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course. Miner's your robot, naturally. In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information.
That's worth a little bit.
And then let's see. We are 12 minutes in. 13 minutes in.
Even
Demo.
our dialogue
Walking through.
is dynamic. It is not a mode you're locked into. You can play it in first person. You can play it in third person. You can walk away whenever you want. You can shoot him in the face if you want.
Hey, boy. What are you doing in here all by yourself?
Got a dog. VAT system.
That.
Almost 14 minutes in before he shoots anything. We're still going. Now here's the Pip Boy.
I find second screen experiences.
Now he introduces a mobile game.
And what's even more exciting is
Fallout Shelter. Now building in Fallout. Do you see how long the demo is? Do you feel like Starfield just didn't crafting? Combat. There's your combat. Combat trailer comes in 31 minutes. This is what you get now. We got a longer clip of Matt Booty and Phil Spencer taking photographs and signing autographs. But this is what you get here.
We believe in this thing, and we want to give the fans more of what they want and
Where's
the kind
the
of
demo?
experiences that they
Where's
want.
the
And
walkthrough?
where Fallout
Where
76
is
now
it?
is truly remarkable when you go back and look at sort of.
Do you keep talking? Do we see it? No, 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 no. Not there. So all we have to go by is this basic showcase that you have. And let's see.
You're my number one
30
customer.
minutes into the show, they showed combat. Right? Damn, is that Major Nelson? Was that Major Nelson? Hyping up the crowd? No.
They asked me what year Halo came out, won this sweet jersey.
I couldn't believe when I was here on site that I would get to meet the real Master Chief.
Experience here, out of this world. It was really cool to see. I'm gonna go get my nails done because they have a nail station and these things need to be painted.
Red
Donuts!
Looks dynamite, and come on, Diablo 4. Oh, it's so, why are you so gruesome? All bloody things. No, but it's great. I love it.
What a day we had today. Thank you everybody for showing up to Xbox Fan Fest Toronto. Had a lot of fun, saw a lot of games, great experiences overall. Catch you in the next one.
They showed 2 of those trailers. You saw the real Master Chief. That's not the real Master Chief. My Master Chief doesn't have armor on. He's butt-ass naked. That's the Paramount Plus Chief. That's my Master Chief. This is not what I even wanted.
Ended the show.
One of the things that how they
This is
behave
not what I
themselves.
wanted.
But
shows that the benefits of game.
Look at this one. He introduces the game here, 119, and by $122, he's shooting stuff. Like, this is the thing. Like 2 minutes into the game, dude's shooting things. What's the story build-up? Where's the communication? Where's the anything? Khalib says, during that 15-minute Starfield reveal, all I saw was human NPCs. Where are the other alien species? You can't tell me humans are the only ones in the galaxy. Well, that's it. Thank you for the super chat, Khalib. But yes, exactly. Apparently, this is their first time that they're in space. So people are speculating. Again, they never showed it in this demo. I don't think they're going to be alien races like Mass Effect. They're going to get these kind of things, these animals. Like those are going to be your aliens because humans are starting to explore according to the story. Whether they're alien species that are talking to you, I don't know, but they didn't show it. They showed him just shooting some random aliens, and like 2 minutes in, he's shooting things. Pirates taking over the base. Shoot. It just seems so shallow, so strange, so awkward. Not like a traditional Bethesda reveal of a big game. Is it Game Pass? Is it Microsoft? Is that the game's in trouble? I don't know. But you see what they did with Fallout. Look how they showed this thing. It's not the same. It's not. He has a gun, starting shooting everything. Pirates took over the facilities. Start shooting them. No dialogue trees. Nothing. They're shooting people. And the combat's the worst thing. That's not Fallout. That's not Bethesda games. Combat is the worst. Look at the pop-up, the reaction. And, a lot of people are going like, well, the bullets are not doing it. The thing is that one of the biggest things with Fallout is that it uses RPG elements to calculate the accuracy of the guns. It's really not your skill of how it's a combination of skill, but majority of it is based off the accuracy of the gun. It uses a rolling of the dice. That was something that they try to fine-tune in Fallout 4. Fallout 3 was criticized for that because you could be aiming directly at someone's head and you may not hit it because the chance or the RPG elements of the gun, the ratings of the gun are not accurate. So it doesn't matter of your skill. They changed that with 4. This looks like they're going back to more of just like aiming, because he's not aiming down sights. He's just shooting blindly, and guys' energies are going away. So it has to. There's a balance here. There's no VAT system. They didn't show it, and the guns are similar to Fallout. Is it pinpoint accuracy? Is it, look, did he aim specifically at that? They're dice rolls. That's the way. That's why combat in Fallout was never like a shooter. Like, it wasn't like a Mass Effect. Mass Effect turned into a very action Gears type of shooter, but Mass Effect wasn't the dice rolls. That's why he's not aiming down sights and he's still making hits, because it's just the accuracy of the guns. Blood, there's no blood splatters. Dude, it's very, very, very rough. Look at these trees. Halo trees. People saw this and weren't hyped. People were like, oh, that's why it's delayed. That's not good. That's a Craig situation. But you see the presentation here. It's totally different. It doesn't show super confidence. The fact that you had an extended show and you are known for doing big walkthrough demos at E3 of your game, and you didn't do it. Instead, you had Pete Hines sitting there talking out his ass for 20 minutes about all these potential water cooler moments without showing you what can be done, but telling you. And that's not fair. This is the showcase. This is the time that you show your games. And if you're not showing your games now, then when will you? And that's the grinds my gears part of this whole thing. The fans' anticipation to what they want to see, the disappointment, telling us it's our problem for having those expectations when you set those up because you decide to have one-time show. One time about my business. And you've been talking about cloud. You're talking about playing on TVs, playing on phones, playing on all these things. But when it comes to, I ask you, what am I going to play? It's shaky ground. It's humana. We heard you. I'm bringing you gameplay. Here's a bunch of indie games day one. Excuse me, no. Where are your games? That could have been an indie showcase day one Game Pass. And I'm gonna say the last point on this whole thing, when somebody says, well, this show is made for everybody. This show is not for you. Go listen to all these podcast predictions. Go look at Twitter. And see what the response is, what people wanted to see. The fans that were in FanFest, they flew people out there because they thought they had something. Or they just wanted to get people out there because they think they're just pandering to the audience. They're just pandering to the audience. They just go rah-rah Xbox. You say Xbox, they go rah-rah. I sign an autograph. You're good. I could show goddamn friggin' some bullshit indie game. I could show you Sea of Thieves reruns for the next 4 hours, but because you came out here, we grabbed ass, I signed your shirt, we're good. Trust me. And as we see from the Grindhouse and the people coming in here, the trust is wearing thin. This whole wait for games, show us these games, it's wearing thin. And more people are becoming aware of this. And more people are just fed up because it's not fair. If the whole gaming industry was seeing this kind of struggle, then we would not give them as much crap. But Nintendo and Sony are pumping out games left and right. They're pumping out accessories. They're pumping out VR. They're pumping out indies. They're pumping out AAAs. They're pumping out service games. They're doing every facet of a game, meeting the demands of their audience. And then on top of that, meeting the demands of another audience in PC without compromising their home base, because they're giving you sequels while they give the old games off the PC and you leverage those in a system. Those games are not compromised. How is Sony doing it? How's Nintendo releasing Super Mario Strikers after like 2 months of announcing it? And you just can't get gameplay right. You can't market your games. Starfield had a poor showing at this show. This is like, hey, he says it here. 2019.
When I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years.
2019, we haven't done our best work over the last few years. We about quality games. You show after that quote, he showed Halo Infinite in the state that it was with Craig. After that quote, he's showing this. Then you want to capitalize on this? REDFALL, a game dependent on co-op. So you got a game dependent on co-op. You need co-op. Co-op is essential to REDFALL. It looks Left 4 Dead. Co-op, essential. You don't make it co-op progression. You make the host is the only one that progresses in the game. The other ones don't. How? And now, fine, that's what you choose. But how does that incentivize you to get friends to play your game when they're helping you progress in the game, but they have to play that again? Everybody's going to want to host. Nobody's going to want to be the backups, because you're going to have to replay those missions again. You're not going to get credit for the mission. You'll get credit for whatever skill or whatever loot you get, but you're not going to get credit for the story and the missions that you complete. Borderlands did this. They fixed it. How do you have a game that's supposedly like a Borderlands or like a Left 4 Dead? Looks like you're fighting waves of zombies anyway. I don't see like mission structure like a Borderlands. Again, another thing. Oh, well, it's like a Borderlands. It's like, dude, just show that stuff. Market the game. Because right now, it looks like Left 4 Dead with vampires or Back 4 Blood. You're fighting waves of the same vampire doing the same animation in backgrounds like a city, like a farm, like a church, like an amusement park, like a cellar, like a lab. It is Back 4 Blood or Left 4 Dead. There's a boat. There's a town. There's some crazy woods. And then there's a Ferris wheel. So we just like 7 different backgrounds and we're just fighting waves of vampires. And the whole point of like, is it progressing and leveling up and getting guns? Is that the thing? You have abilities that co-op is needing for. Shielding, shooting, giving that boost for your friends. Like she does like that jump elevator or whatever like that. These are all capabilities. But when one person is getting progress in the game, the other 3 aren't. They're not, the missions are not reflecting on them. All they're getting is the loot drops and any skill progression XP. What does that do to incentivize a co-op game? You're supposed to have 4 people beating the game together, moving along the story together. Now, I'm going to give you a Grindadamus. Oh yeah, it's after the midnight hour. Shout out to over 180 people watching. Hit that like button because Grindadamus is going to give you another one. I think that REDFALL, I was about to call Back 4 Blood, but REDFALL, it's not that long of a game. I think this game is probably coming under the 8-hour mark. Therefore, this story co-op thing is not going to be an issue. And the reason why I think this is because the real game is in the grind. I think that this game is going to be 8 hours, and after you finish the campaign, then the game begins, and you're going to do co-op grinding to get leveling up your character on the tree and getting weapon drops. And that's the real end game. That's the game. I think there's a little campaign, but I don't think it's. I think the reason why that they're not doing this co-op thing because it can't be. If it was a 30-hour game, a 25-hour game, and they don't have story progression and co-op, that's ridiculous. See, that's a wave thing right there, that blue thing. That's ridiculous. Like if it was a Borderlands and you're not getting credit for the mission, no, that's ridiculous. The game has to be short. And I think this game is going to be a short game, maybe 10-hour max. I would say I think that's even long. I think it's 5 or 8 hours, a short game that you'll probably run through the game. You'll get to see all the areas. You'll get a good base character with some good weapon drops, some like basic progression, and then you'll do the grind. And then you will be grinding in co-op, and the story wouldn't matter. The story progress wouldn't matter because the story is not that long. That's the only way they can really combat the whole your single player, your one player gets the progress and nobody else. Is that everybody beat the game already? That's my thing on it. I think that the game is just not that long, so everybody could just run through the game, kind of get a good base character, and then go into the co-op grind. And that's where the Game Pass service and grind part of the game, the real part of the game goes. And maybe they'll have you microtransactions for skins and stuff like that. So that's what I think about that. But you know, the whole thing is this showcase was a fail. And yet again, go in and they disappointed again. They showed games, and you could go around and say they have games, but the thing is the games that people want to see, the games that people want to see and get excited about and have those moments. That's why it's all on them. And I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize that Microsoft and Xbox and Phil and Booty and Major Nelson and Greenberg, they're all just poses, man. They are all just there to be your pretend friend. And they are distractions to the real issue at hand, is that they are not delivering on the promises that they made and the things that they're doing, and they're not doing the one thing that Phil himself said. And what's crazy is I go back to this quote.
Turn 10 and how we started Forza. And they've turned into a great racing studio that does an amazing job. And I know it takes a little bit longer, and maybe
he didn't need to buy the studios to bring you games.
Studio and bring them in. And we're completely open to that. Microsoft has the money. I have the green light, so to speak, in your terms, to go and acquire studios. Again, I just think it's the goal for us is to bring the best games to the platform. And if a studio wants to maintain its independence but work with a first party, I think that's fine. And the game, I think it's great, actually. And I think our ability to partner with those people and bring the best games to our platform is as strong as it would be if they were owned by us.
Right. So owning them and partnering with them doesn't matter. The point was to bring games to the platform. That was in 2013. Now, he won't talk about his games. And this whole obsession with owning, buying a developer, buying a publisher, it's all just a distraction because it's not bringing the games. Hell, they own Bethesda, but they can't talk about Deathloop. How silly is that? Sony's partnership is stronger than owning the publisher? In the contract, do not talk about Deathloop? How? If that doesn't show you that they are choosing not to bring you these games because either they don't know how to make them or they're trying to wait for the service to grow to a certain amount before they drop these games, because you know what? They say it's sustainable, but it might be sustainable going, yo, we're spending a lot of money on Perfect Dark. We can't drop, well, we're spending a lot of money on Starfield. We can't just drop this game like, you know, with 25 million people. Like, we need to really get the holiday push. And if we launch it next year, we'll have maybe now 40 million people, 35 million, maybe another 8 million. And at least we'll have a bigger audience. We'll be on TVs. Like, we'll be a little bit bigger. And I think the size of Game Pass subscriptions, I think, is impacting a lot of when these games come out. I don't know. It's just really weird. And it's on them, dude. It's on them to not bring you games. They don't need to buy studios to bring you games. They've done it before without buying the studios and owning them. And his job is to bring great games to you. And I'm not saying that some of these games that they showed here are not great, but there's a whole slew of first-party games that they have not shown, and that's what people want to see, because people want that first-party representation. And I'll leave you with this. What happens if they never bought Bethesda? What will we be talking about now if Bethesda was owned by Microsoft? What would this showcase be? Minus Redfall, it would be an inside goddamn Xbox. It would be DLC for games that have released over the last 2 years and indie games. Think about that. $7 billion. They didn't even announce a release date for Deathloop. If they never bought Bethesda, where would their first party be? And they bought Bethesda last year, got confirmed, right? A year and a half ago. They bought studios in 2018 and in 2019. And those studios are not showing anything in 2022. So what would they have been without Bethesda right now? We would be in the same situation. There'll be no games to talk about. But there will be what games come out. If that will be Forza. That's it. I know. Game night. Shout out to Game Night. Too. He goes, imagine if Deathloop is at an Xbox E3 event next year. I know, right? I could see it, dude. They keep showing Sea of Thieves. That came out in 2017. Season 7. Insane. Thank you, Game Night. Yeah. It's insane. But I think more pressure needs to be put back on Microsoft. You're my number one customer. Why people don't do it. Because they want to tout that line. They want to get those review copies. They want, then maybe those are not the people that need to be listened to again. Because a lot of people were depressed about that conference. And all of a sudden, maybe they got that tap on the shoulder. Maybe they got that, dude, you went a little too hard on them. You're not too... back off. Nah, you can't. That was not what you wanted. That's not what a lot of people wanted. Yes, there's some day one stuff coming, but they didn't even get big AAA third-party games in that showcase. The Saints Row day one. The Gotham Knights day one. Oh, they'll get those. They didn't even do that. And what's crazy, they didn't even really do it this year. They really have not done that this year. They didn't get the Gotham Knights. They didn't get the Saints Row. They didn't get the Hogwarts Legacy. They didn't get Madden. Remember people like, Madden's coming in Game Pass? They didn't get Madden. Madden had to come out and confirm we're not in Game Pass. Holy crap. That's how bad Game Pass is for them. They had to come out and be like, oh no. They had to squash down a Colt Eastwood rumor. That's how crazy EA was against the Game Pass. Where's Ubisoft Plus? Grinders? Thank you, Jay Thomas. Yeah. Where's Ubisoft Plus? Remember they were going to get Ubisoft, right? Oh, Ubisoft Ultimate is going to be in Game Pass. Didn't announce it during the extended show. Didn't announce it during the main show. Where's Ubisoft Plus? It's in PlayStation? Ouch. How did Sony do it? I thought Ubisoft Plus was a lock. Where's that in Game Pass? Exactly, Josh. The fact that Madden had to come out, it shows that they come out and say we're not in it. Instead of just being quiet, they go, we're not in it. Please don't buy it. Don't we're not in Game Pass. What's up, CTR2? You know? So and then the Killer Instinct, and then this and that. And again, hey, you want to see one last grind my gears. I forgot to show this while we're on the topic. Again, where is it? They decided to just have him sit here and talk about it. Oh, wait, guys. We're not done. Look, the longest segment. Let's see. What is the longest segment? A demo with Todd Howard? Oh, no. Behind the scenes of Microsoft Flight Simulator with Paris Lilly, who they've flown out to Washington, D.C. to interview, like we're a goddamn news network, the Museum of Aircraft, to talk about a plane that's going to be in Flight Simulator. This was the longest skit of the Games Showcase Extended.
What am I doing here?
Later.
What are you doing here? Phil just told me to fly to goddamn DC, he said.
Right across the Potomac, that's where our contact is.
Are we headed towards Arlington?
It's still secret. I'm sorry.
Cheesy ass music.
And the Smithsonian was gracious enough. They gave us
fly him to the Smithsonian
and the DC.
Together, and Jorg, I've got something special for you right around here.
I can't even watch this thing. This is what they took the time out.
This is my favorite plane, the Junkers Ju-52 3-motor. Amazing.
And that is an awesome plane.
What is this?
At all these planes around here. It makes me ask the question.
Is this the History Channel?
Put all of them in Flight Sim?
Maybe not all of them, but we hope a lot of them.
This is what the game,
look
what
it
says.
Anniversary that comes out this fall,
Xbox Games Extended Showcase.
St. Louis and the DC-3.
What are you doing
more,
here?
As Nick and I were talking.
How long is this segment? It went from 36, I don't hear you fools, 36 minutes to 44 minutes. This is what they're showing during the Games Extended Showcase. You had Pete Hines sitting down telling us about the biggest game ever, most anticipated game. But let's fly out Paris Lilly out to, he lives in California. Let's fly him out to D.C. to walk around in Arlington to talk about DLC planes coming to a game that's 2 years old. You see the priorities? Do you see? Do you see how Microsoft is just incompetent? They spend money on this, but won't show you the game. They're showing 3 dudes talking about it in a museum. The Trek Bucket, the 2.0, exactly.
We have a ton of great things coming up. So today is World Update 10. We have 2 more World Updates, one in August and one in October. And then in November, we have the big 40th anniversary edition, which will be an absolute delight for anyone who loves aviation.
Okay, that 40th anniversary edition. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we're celebrating by bringing back some of the planes from the old Sims, like from Flight Sim 10, 9, 8, even before that. And we're restoring some of the old missions, and we're bringing back some of the airports that were in those editions. So it's a real celebration of the franchise.
So this celebration is not only of the franchise, but the past as well.
And we're also adding brand new things on top of it, like that the community really wanted. For example, helicopters. Sober wrote a brand new fluid dynamic system to make all that work. And then we're adding gliders, which is a completely different way
Everybody
to
submitted gameplay, I was told.
And then the last one is we're bringing, it's the biggest deal for simmers, a brand new...
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
They're all submitted gameplay. Everybody submitted gameplay.
Activate. Activate.
Let's see what's going on at 343. Here's my interview right here.
Cold pop.
Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, damn, she's leaving 343. She said she's leaving 343. Shit's burning down. We're leaving it. Paris plays Flight Simulator. They sent him the goddamn $300 aviation kit to play with his PC. This is what they think is important. And you want to know what? You want to be cute. You want to have this kind of content and, yeah, all this cuteness. You got to earn that cuteness. You got to show the games. You got to show what's going on. Now, here's another Fan Fest in Spain. This is what they did with the extended show. And 343, game night, exactly. Apologizing again with that stupid skin that they put in there with the name. Again, 343, incompetent. You wonder who's running it over there. What are they doing? Again, we're sorry. We didn't mean it. I apologize. But they do. Oh, but they're so inclusive. They're so aware. They're bullshit. It's all a marketing scam. They are fake. That's what drives me crazy. They're all fake. Fake, fake, fake. And fake people are manipulating people to look at this. Look at this. They Koso Kojima on the stage. Look, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Fan Fest with 0 games, exactly. I don't even know if these people are playing games. They're sitting in an audience watching that shit that they showed. It drives me crazy. And this is what they took time out. Oh, it's about 90 minutes. 90 minutes of what? Of what? Circle jerking, showing me what FanFest was. A 10-minute segment of Paris flying to goddamn to talk about planes in a game that released two years ago. This is what you spend the time on. This is your E3. This is what you choose to show the people, and you're like with your T-Rex arms. I hear you. I hear you. I would like to see when we all play, we all win. All this other horse shit. For what? You're disrespecting the gamer because you're not talking about the games. 90 minutes. Look at these dudes. They're sitting on a couch talking again. Talking. They showed a friggin' a minute and a half goddamn cut gameplay content. Everybody's bringing gameplay, they said. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That game looks horrible. Jerry is Josh Sawyer's new game. Oh my God, what is it? Oh, a puzzle. As Dusk Falls. Oh, more comics. Slime Rancher 2. Why is that going from 7? Why is there like 5 minutes of Slime Rancher 2? Please. Is somebody playing it at least? Let me see. Who is this guy? Oh no. Don't tell me this is the Major Nelson segment. What is this? I didn't even see that. I stopped watching this.
All right, time to get going. First trip in a while. Put this in here. Australia. Passport. I need a passport. Where's my passport?
Major Nelson skit. What?
Where's my Uber? All right, let's go. Let's go.
Is this really? I'm not even.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
They
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up! Shit!
You're fired.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh,
Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here.
I do not want to touch his ass. I want to make him talk. Okay.
You're not gonna have your mommies run behind you anymore and wipe your little tushes. No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimball have to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom. Shut.
Have surrounded your given name with a foul stench. From this day forth, all the toilets in this kingdom shall be known as John's.
I think it's time we tried something new.
I don't play this game.
This is the worst lunch I ever had.
Your only job is to cook. Do you not realize I have had diarrhea since Easter's?
Sir, do we get to win this time?
I lied.
The rumors are true. We have received a small quantity of the action figure known as Turbo Man. I am not going to ask you people to be quiet again. Do you hear me? If you're not one of the lucky few, we have plenty of Turbo Man's faithful pet tiger booster in stock.
I'm speechless. I just let my soundboard speak for me. I'm done. I am done. I did not even know they had a Major Nelson segment, and I shouldn't even gaze my eyes onto this stuff because I will go for another hour and stuff. This is just so pathetic. Like it pisses me off. We need a palate cleanse. Sony, please show us God of War. Show us something because they don't know what the hell they want to do. They are disgraceful. They are just disrespectful, and let them dig the grave that they made because their Game Pass grave, let them live in it, and let whoever wants to stay in there, stay in there. Best value in gaming. Well, yeah, it's a fucking value. A value of recycled shit, indie games, and games that I'm excited to not talk about. And that's what it is. And until you put their foot to the fire, enjoy the company because this is a waste of time. And you should be pissed off because they wasted your time not once, but twice and didn't show you the games that you wanted to see. And now you got to do hopes and dreams, wait for leaks, talk about sources, all this other stuff for another year or two before you actually see what these games look like. And then when you see them, they look like Halo Infinite. They look like Starfield with bullets coming out of the sky. After you wait and patient and trust them, the game shows, and the game shows poorly. And there you go. But get his autographs, get all their stuff, get the rooftop parties. If that's how shallow you are and that matters more than the games, then gaming got you to where you were. You got to meet Phil Spencer. Hooray. I just want him to go. I want him out. I want booties clapping ass out of there. I want them out of there because I figure if they leave, then the true criticism, the true action would be taken. Because right now, all they are just, they're blocking. They're the men behind the curtain. They're the people behind the curtain not allowing to show the real stuff that's going on. They're just politicians. They're front-facing people. And they're just like, hey, smile with me. Well, how's Perfect Dark coming? Well, I can't talk about that. They don't get away. It's disgraceful. Like, it just pisses me off. It's a waste of time. They wasted everybody's time, and everybody should be pissed that they wasted your time. They didn't show you what they needed to show. And again, 2022 has 0 games. And you don't want to hear it, but Xbox has games. Xbox does not have the games that you want to play. And that's it. And their job is going to live and die by their first party. And that is the one thing that they refuse to show. Game Pass, day one, is their first party games. I don't know how Game Pass turned into day one indies now, because that's all you're getting is day one indies, because nobody worth the damn wants to put their games in Game Pass. Ubisoft says no. EA says hell no. Take-Two and 2K say nope, we're not doing that. So Microsoft had to go buy studios and spend billions of dollars to get third-party games in Game Pass. Games that were coming to their platform anyway. They spent all this money, negotiations, all this stuff just to get third-party games day one in Game Pass. How's that going? It's not even to make these things exclusive. It's just to get a Call of Duty in Game Pass, to get Bethesda games in Game Pass, because they would not have done it if Microsoft did not purchase them. And that's the sad reality of it. And man, grinds my gears. But I want to thank everybody coming through. It is a late night. We hit about 190 people, 185 people. I want to thank you again. But as you can tell, there's a lot to talk about still, and certain things coming up. And there's definitely some more things going on Twitter, some fallout of this stuff. But yeah, the things of the disappointment, the showing of it, again, when Microsoft shows gameplay, it does not show well. They don't know how to sell a game. And, we'll see how it handles in the future, if we're back to waiting. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. And I want to thank everybody for coming through. Hit that like button, share it out. I know it's another long show. I wanted to do like an hour or so, but I wanted to make sure that I covered that Starfield thing and just the lack of just the and that extended showcase. They and the point is they took the time and wasted your time. They thought that this was what you wanted. After he tells you he hears you, but you listen to all the podcasts, the Colt Eastwoods, the Fame, you listen to, they didn't want to see this stuff. And you showed it to them anyway. And those are the ones you're taking pictures with. Those are the ones you're meeting in person. You know what these people want. You know what the fans want. How do you deny them consistently year over year and not bring the stuff that you're working on? And then if you do bring it, it's always an apology. It's always, oh, well, yeah, might be delayed. Like you showed Starfield and everybody walked away going, oh, I see why it's delayed. That's a problem. When they showed Last of Us 2 and it got delayed for polish, that's what they're saying Starfield is, for polish. The Halo was polished too. They're still polishing it after at least a year and a half later. They're still polishing it. That polish thing's a horse shit. That game is rough. But when Last of Us got shown, when Days Gone got shown, when these games got shown, people weren't like, oh yeah, I see why it's going to get delayed. People were like, oh no, it's okay because it came out fine. And the gameplay showed great. It wasn't this janky ass stuff going, oh, now I see. Craig, oh yeah, that's the reason why Halo was delayed. Starfield, oh yeah, the frame rate, the jankiness of it, oh yeah. Oh wait, you can't fly from planet to planet. You can't go to space. Just your protagonist doesn't have a voice when you made a big deal in Fallout 4 that was a big thing. You can't go third person, but you show me the customization. You can't do third person dialogue. You still have those same whack-ass goddamn zoom-in face cross-eyed people. And then on top of that, you got Back for Blood DLC. showing me killing the same vampires, then showing no progress with a co-op team when the game depends on co-op. These are L's left and right. I just don't understand how, when there's something out there better, how can you release something after the fact that is worse? Thank you, Mary Wilcox. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, John Gahn. Thank you for all the super chats tonight. Thank you for the new subscribers. And hit that like button and keep grinding those gears, grinders. See you guys on Twitter. Hit that like button, share it out. Good night, everybody. See ya.